Did you know that over 500 million people around the world claim to have experienced speaking in tongues? That's a staggering number. So, what's the deal with this phenomenon? Is it real, or just a product of imagination? Let's dive into this fascinating topic together. Speaking in tongues, also known as glossolalia, is a spiritual practice found in many religions, especially Christianity. It's believed to be a way of communicating with God in a language that's unknown to the speaker. This practice holds deep significance for many and is often viewed as a sign of spiritual empowerment. Today, I want to share my personal journey with speaking in tongues and what it meant for me. Presentation of problem/challenge. Now, before we get to the good stuff, let's talk about the elephant in the room, skepticism. When it comes to speaking in tongues, there's a lot of misunderstanding and doubt. Many people think it's just a psychological trick, or they associate it with extreme religious groups. This skepticism can be really challenging for anyone who genuinely seeks this experience. I remember feeling a mix of curiosity and doubt myself. Was I just going to make a fool of myself? Or was there something truly spiritual waiting for me on the other side? The pressure to prove it wasn't just an act was intense. It's tough to navigate these waters when you're trying to explore your faith. Exploration/development. So, what led me to this journey? Well, it all started with a deep desire to connect more profoundly with my faith. I began researching different spiritual practices, and I stumbled upon testimonies of people who spoke in tongues. Some described it as a euphoric experience, while others spoke of it as a way to access divine wisdom. I found myself torn between excitement and skepticism. I remember sitting in church, listening to someone share their experience, and thinking, could this really happen to me? I spent time in prayer, asking for guidance, and it became clear that I had to be open to the possibility. Eventually, I found myself at a prayer meeting, surrounded by people who were eager to share their own experiences with speaking in tongues. The energy was palpable, and I could feel my heart racing in anticipation. Climax/key moment. Then came the moment that changed everything. As we gathered in prayer, I felt a wave of emotion wash over me. Suddenly, the words began to flow out of my mouth, words I didn't understand but felt utterly right. It was like a dam burst inside of me, releasing all the pent-up emotions and fears. I was filled with peace and joy that I had never experienced before. It was as if I was tapping into a deeper part of myself, communicating in a way I never thought possible. I couldn't help but laugh and cry at the same time. The atmosphere was electric, and I knew in that moment that I had stepped into something truly powerful. Conclusion/summary. Looking back, that experience transformed my faith in a way I can't fully explain. Speaking in tongues became a tool for me, not just a practice, but a spiritual connection that deepened my relationship with God. It helped me overcome doubts and fears, and it reassured me that there's more to this life than what meets the eye. I encourage anyone curious about this experience to approach it with an open heart and mind. Call to action, CTA. So, what about you? Have you ever experienced speaking in tongues or something similar? I'd love to hear your stories in the comments below. And if you're interested in exploring more about spiritual practices, don't forget to check out my other videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.